Hey, folks. Thanks for coming by and watching the live stream with me. This has kind of become a uh, bi-yearly tradition now. There's a delay also, so I put in like a 20-second delay, so everybody's saying hi now. Hi, everybody. This has kind of become a little tradition to kind of pass us from when we were only posting videos every other week over the wintertime, and now it's the summer. And I can finally get out into the woods again and post videos every week again, which I'm very excited about. So the stream is just starting, and after the catastrophe that was the fall 2018 live stream, please everybody let me know that, if the audio is syncing up with my lips and it's not stuttering all over the place. Thanks everybody for coming. It means a lot. So I just have a few things, just a very short list of things that I want to talk about. And then we're just going to hang out and I'm going to chat with you guys and give some stuff away. I'm going to try to give something away every 15 minutes for the next hour. And then we'll just talk in between. So I can already see those questions rolling in. The first thing I'll address is the elephant not in the room. Where is Eddie? Everybody's like, Eddie, every video, where's Eddie? Where's Eddie? And where's Mike? Where's Mike as well? So the story with Eddie. Eddie, we haven't seen Eddie since I think the last time he and I went on a trip for YouTube was November, with at least that you guys have seen. And he's had a job for a long time that our schedules have just not meshed. And I'm seeing in this chat now, people are saying that there's lagging and buffering. It's good? Okay. Freaking me out. So it's a scheduling thing. He and I are still really good buddies, and we chat all the time. And it's just he works. The thing is, he has a 9-to-5 job, and I don't. I saw somebody in the chat earlier asking what's going on with the drill press and the arbor press. I'm self-employed, and I work down here for a living, and I make microphones for like custom microphones for recording studios and stage and stuff. And I have a waiting list for customers, so it's like I can just push out customers so that I can go digging, which is not the best thing to do as in a business terms, but I'm able to kind of make time during the week to go metal detecting, and then the weekend is really my family time. And Eddie's schedule, he has a family, he's got obligations, he has a 9-to-5, and it's just we can never find 2 days that mesh up. We did get together. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but I've got 6 videos already filmed, ready to go for this year, and Eddie's in one of them, so you're going to see him very soon. But Eddie did just get a new job. He's working in private security now, which is something that he's really wanted to do for a long time. So he's has a new job at different hours. So hopefully we're going to see him a lot more going forward. Mike. So here's the story on Mike. Mike, a lot of you have come to know now from the videos. He and I were very good friends 10 years ago. He and I worked at a recording studio. We're in my recording studio now. This one was in Massachusetts. And parted ways, and he got a job on the other side of the country, and we kind of lost touch. And then he switched jobs, and he came back to town for less than like 4 months, and we did a whole lot of metal detecting, and he got a new job. He's on the other side of the country again, so Mike is not going to be in any more videos, at least until he comes and visits me. People are still pouring in. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. Eddie and Mike neither of them are here tonight. Actually, Eddie, we were supposed to have the live stream last week. That was kind of like the first Friday in May, but he was in Belize on vacation, so we pushed it back a week. And tonight, he's not feeling well, so he's home. So everybody wish Eddie quick recovery from his little illness he has right now. So like I wanted to get through my short list of things to talk about, and then I'll kind of interact with the chat. It's going a mile a minute, and I'm glad that everybody is having a good time chatting with everybody else there. That's cool. So Eddie's, we're still best buddies. You're going to see him very soon in the coming videos, and then you can send Mike a message in some of my videos in the comment section saying we miss you. Okay, so the first little thing I wanted to touch on, a lot of these things are just kind of like comments that I get in videos, like super repetitively, and instead of just kind of responding to all of them, I'm just going to respond here. The comment that I got the most all winter was, I hate teasers. Stop doing teasers. You're wasting my time with these teasers. Why are you posting these teasers? Sorry. Here's the thing, is I can only post videos every other week for now in the wintertime, because there's like a month and a half, 2 months, like during Christmas time, New Year's, where we are not only buried in snow, but we have got stuff going on. It's like 2 degrees outside. So instead of kind of making videos down here, which I have never really had much interest in doing, I made a few like 3 years ago, and my wife is here. All right, everybody. This is my wife, Becca, and she has my son in her hand, who's sleeping. And so she's gonna visit with us for a couple minutes.
For a minute. Thought I'd pop in.
Well, I was just talking about how everybody hates teasers. Becca
Hi.
watches all my videos, and I read her all of the comments that make me chuckle, so she's probably heard a lot of the things that you folks have said. Hi, family. Yeah, my baby boy is 3. His name is Bentley.
Mm-hmm.
He's in bed. He's been in bed for a while now. People a lot of times ask if he goes on the adventures with me, and not quite yet. He'd rather play with bugs than
than sticks.
Than sticks, yeah. We're just I know, we're just reading the chat. Future detectorist. I hope so, but then again, if he does not interested, I don't want to force him to do anything.
He has a little metal detector.
He does.
So he does like to go out. He loves being outside, and we take family hikes and walks and stuff, but we don't usually film them. But we like to get out.
People who follow me on Instagram have probably seen Becca and Bentley there a few times. He found his first insulator. We were on a hike, and we found an insulator. Took a picture of him holding that, and
it's funny, it goes so fast.
Yeah, tick spread. Yeah, we had a tick incident with poor Bentley about a week ago.
Yeah,
they're out in full force already, unfortunately.
This year.
Everybody's saying hi, Becca. Hi, Becca.
Hello.
I realize people watching this at a later time.
We're both just staring.
We're just staring at the screen.
Well, I've never been on the live stream, so I thought I'd come say hello, see what it's all about.
Does Becca metal detect? Do you metal detect, Becca?
No, we like to hike. Like I said, we go out, but not really.
Becca was we actually met in college in environmental classes. She's an environmental major, so she loves the outdoors, but just
different hobbies. I work in solar, so we just are doing different things.
Black flies are out. They are. I already got bit up a couple weeks ago.
Mud season. Mud season was rough this year.
Our driveway was almost impassable for a couple weeks.
We had some fun going through the bumpy road, as Bentley would call it. How long have we been married? It's almost 7 years?
Yeah, 2012.
We've been together over 10 or 12 years.
Somewhere around there. You can see how many people are watching up here.
Oh, yes. Mhm. We're going to get solar. We don't have solar yet.
Holy smokes, there's so many comments. People might be just popping in or asking where Eddie is. Eddie's at home. He's sick tonight, unfortunately, but he's still around, and we'll see him very soon. Yeah, maybe we'll have to take a vacation to see Mike. Somebody just commented that. He's on the West Coast, and I've got another buddy who's out in that area, and it'd be fun.
Net metering? Yes, that's true.
People asking net metering questions. It's like
smart. Do we know you?
Okay. So could you create all the music from SoundCloud? Yeah, I'm going to answer all of those questions a little bit later.
Music?
Yeah, about music stuff. So I just really quickly to kind of finish my thought on the teasers. They were very controversial. People got very upset about teasers for some reason. So instead of having just kind of dead air for 2 weeks, I decided to just, in the off week, post just a little teaser to show what's coming up the week following. And I always kind of like imagine these people that are complaining about the teasers, like sitting at home, like seeing a trailer for a movie and just kind of like throwing the remote at the TV, like, what is this? Like commercials for next week's episode of their television show, like getting all upset about it. But maybe next year in the wintertime, I just won't post anything for 2 weeks, and they won't have anything to complain about.
Teasers for life.
Yeah, or maybe I'll make teasers every Wednesday for the coming Friday video. Anyway, happy Mother's Day, Becca.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, didn't Becca find a coin in a video? I found one in the driveway.
In the driveway, that's right. That was an Instagram
just
post.
Walking by, yeah, I found it.
It was one of those days where this was maybe it was last spring. I went 3 places. I started at the highest elevation, and there was too much snow. I went down to 3rd place, too much snow. Finally, I found a spot, and I broke the coil off the end of my shaft, and I just came home with like the tail between my legs, and we decided to go for a walk. And at the end of our driveway, our home was built in the late 90s. The road was built not earlier than that. And she found a Kennedy $50 in the road. Surface find.
Yeah.
So yes, that's her claim to fame on Instagram.
All right, well, I'll let you go.
All right.
I just want to pop on and say hi to everybody. And
thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, bye. All right, everybody, say bye to Becca. All right. So I wanted to kind of talk about trying not to make promises that I can't keep. But this coming year, I'm really excited. I'm trying to think a lot bigger. The videos are, how do I put this modestly? The channel's getting big enough now where there's some like income coming from the videos, and I'm able to like take off a day or 2 comfortably a week now to go out and make videos. And so I'm trying to like kind of capitalize on all that time as best I can. So hopefully you'll have noticed kind of over the winter time, and the videos that the 6 that I've already filmed that's going to be coming out very soon, the next 6 weeks, I've put more time into these, including the story of the landowners and the stories of what these places might be, or if I found them in a book, or so. For example, previous videos, I talked to the landowner. They say, all right, we've got a seller. This is our kind of crazy family story. This is what we think that it might have been. And maybe I look in a book and maybe I kind of corroborate that. But I don't usually kind of include that in the videos for their privacy and, the kind of the privacy of their property. Because if I spill too much of the beans on these places, like other people will kind of learn about it and find it and come and invade these places. So this year, I'm trying to take those stories and tell them in a way that is both exciting when we finally get there, and the things that we're finding can kind of, again, kind of mesh with these stories, and they can kind of have some more significance. And but also in a way that kind of protects this private land as much as possible. Also, the adventures that we're going to hopefully be going on, in national forest. A lot of people, like with our the deserter video, the guy that the hermit that went up into the mountains. Like, a lot of people asked where that was because they want to go and see this beautiful place, but I don't want to share that kind of very kind of specific information, that like the GPS point of where these places are, just so that people will go with metal detectors and mess it up. So anyway, so this coming year, not only am I kind of taking more time and planning out these videos as much as possible, and to include the story and include kind of the stories might not even necessarily be true, but like kind of what the landowner is telling me, like their family stories, the things that kind of got passed down. They're usually more interesting than the truth. We'll see. But I'm going to try to include that stuff more, and hopefully kind of make videos that are still about 20 minutes, but more interesting than they ever have been. I don't know anything about this, but somebody just sent a $2, what I believe is called a super chat, DT2220 little. Thank you for that. So when you send a super chat like that, I don't really know what it does, but you gave me $2, so I appreciate it. Maybe is there a message or something attached to it? I guess not. So anyway. And also, so thank you again for that $2. So also this year, there are two, so we love Eddie. Eddie, I've told this story in a video in the past. When I first started metal detecting, I had kind of no idea of the things that we could find around here. And he goes, "Oh, Brad, I'd love to find like a Spanish silver coin." I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, what a silver Spanish coin? You don't find that stuff around here." Lo and behold, of course, you can find those things around here. And I should have never doubted him. And the last 5 years, Eddie has been saying that there's this treasure. There's this. I'm not going to get too deep into it because we're going to make a video about it. But there's this like legendary treasure in Vermont. That Eddie, whatever, it's not real. I mean, we're never going to be able to, but I've did some research on it, and it sure seems like it definitely at least existed at one point. And there's two big treasures in Vermont, like legendary, very well-known, famous treasures that we hope to go find this year. So that's on the agenda. I just got another super chat. David Brooks, thank you very much. $1.99. I appreciate that. So we have two big treasures. Hopefully, again, I don't want to make promises I can't keep. No, they're not Templar gold, NC history diggers. They're more realistic. They're more real. I mean, I'm not saying that the Templars aren't real and Templar treasures aren't real, but they're, in history books, they definitely existed at one point. But whether we'll be able to find them or whether they were already found and nobody said anything. That's the thing with these big treasures is there's a good chance somebody found it and already, keeping their mouth shut. But anyway, my plan was, so anyway, that's my big plans for this year. I get to spend more time on each video, and we have kind of big treasures planned to hopefully go find. William Logan did a super chat, $2 Friday holler, and come up to the Northeast Kingdom, Brad. Thank you, William. I would love to come up to the Northeast Kingdom, but as many people know, with the hobby of metal detecting, it's all about who you know. I could just kind of drive up there and start knocking on doors, but it's always nice to be invited places. So if you know anybody or if you yourself, I'd love to take a drive up. Okay, so I'm gonna move to a giveaway. I had said that I wanted to kind of do a giveaway every 15 minutes, and we've already gone 20. So we're gonna do one now. So if you've ever been, familiar with my giveaways in the past on the live streams and maybe other people's live streams that I've been a guest on, there are trivia questions. A lot of people kind of do these, like pick a number between 1 and whatever, but I like to try. People are already saying numbers. It's not a number. It's going to be a trivia question. It's going to. Sorry, I get very distracted by the chat. The text is going, and I'm seeing people's comments. It's going to benefit the subscribers, the people that watch the videos. And I know at least some people kind of pop into these things and hope to just kind of win stuff and try to weed those people out. So the first trivia question is going to be, I think, an easy one. And it's going to be from a video that was posted very recently within the last month, which is only 2 videos, right? God, it's really hard to not address a lot of these questions as they come through. Bob Goldsberry asks, do the Green Mountain Diggers have any association with you guys? The Green Mountain Diggers, no. They're up in the Northeast Kingdom, I think. They're up in the upper part, the Paws. Our Lambo just sent $15, small coil recommendation for AT Max. I appreciate the donation of $14.99, but I've never used the AT Max. Sorry. I've only ever used the AT Pro, really. That's like the one I've been using the most. But I do have the little, just the stock, not the stock, but the Garrett small one, 5x8, that I don't use ever, but I own it and I've used it in the past. So I guess I'd recommend that one. I don't know. I assume they work between the two. Sorry, I'm not a super big gear guy. This is another thing I was going to talk about. I know a lot of guys have like 10 metal detectors and they kind of use them all, and they get very specific about, I just have the one. And I mean, I certainly could get others, but and I'm not professing that the AT Pro is the best one in the world and that's why I use it. That's the one I've got, and that's the one I use. So anyway, so the giveaway, thank you for that. I got another super chat. Your videos are great. Thank you from Modest Means, $2. Thank you. I'm new to this whole super chat thing. I appreciate that. So anyway, so giveaway. We're gonna do a trivia question. All you have to do is answer the question correctly, and you will win. So this is going to bring us off on a little bit of a tangent. As many of you probably already know, the music in all of the videos, but one from like 3 years ago, is something that I've created. I write this music specifically for the videos. I'll usually write a new one in the wintertime, it was every video because I had lots of time, but it's usually once a month now because of work and trying to actually go metal detecting. So anyway, so I write all the music. As I mentioned before, this is my recording studio. If I can kind of, there's a window there there's another room with the drum set and the guitars and all that stuff. And people for a long time have asked, can you please put your music somewhere so that we can listen to it? And so I put it on SoundCloud. And if you go to my website, which you can find, in the description of all my videos, it's just www.gmmd.us. It's all there for free to listen to. And then it's all there for free to listen to, but then people say, oh, I'd like to buy your music. Okay, so it took me like a year and a half, but I got a CD printed. There's 20 tracks of the music on here. That's not all of them, but it's my favorites, the ones that gets used the most in the videos. So this is a CD. You guys know what these are still? I know these are kind of going away, but that's what this is. So I'm going to give this away. It's available on the website for $8. I'm going to mention this every time I give something away, but right now on the website, for 24 hours until 8 p.m. tomorrow, there's a coupon code. If you use LIVE live stream, you get 20% off everything on the webpage. So don't go now though. It's good for 24 hours. So we're going to give away this, and I'm going to ask you the first question. And how this works is I ask it, and then it's a one-word answer, And the first person I see, and there's like 500 people in here right now, so it's going to start really going. And the first person I see is the person I name is it. If I missed somebody, I'm sorry. It goes so fast. So there'll be no arguing. It'll just be the first person I see will win this. And then the way it works is you just email me, greenmountainmetaldetecting@gmail.com, and I'll get your shipping address and I'll mail it to you. Guy Potts sent me $15. Thank you for the great videos. Thank you for $15, Guy Potts. That's very generous. Everybody is being very generous tonight with this super chat. I appreciate that very much. I have a donation button on my webpage as well, and unbelievably, people use that as well. And as I tell them, I'll tell you, all of that money gets pooled and goes into making, gas money to go places and batteries for my metal detectors and all that stuff. So thank you very much. You're contributing to more videos. Okay, so we're gonna give away this album. I'm gonna say the question right now, so get your typing fingers ready, or it's probably mostly this. And are we ready? So this is a recent one. In a recent video, I was out in the woods. I heard a very loud noise. It was an explosion. What exploded? I'm gonna keep my eye on the chat here. Tree, first person, Len Allen. Len Allen. I'm gonna write it down. Sorry, everybody. That was everybody saying tree. Len Allen. I'm gonna write it down. Email me gmmd.u or greenmountainmetaldetecting@gmail.com. Len Allen. I'm gonna send you an album. I'll send you a CD. Hopefully you have a CD player. A lot of people don't anymore. Cool. I saw in the chat earlier somebody asked if I sing too. Not well, but I try. I have a couple CDs up there of me singing, and I'm not going to tell you what they are. If you search hard enough, you can probably find them. But yeah, I try. The thing is, when you have your own recording studio, you get infinite tries to make it sound right. So in that regard, yeah, I can sing. Okay, so I have a couple more things to talk about, and we'll give something else away in just a couple minutes because we're kind of behind. I realized I didn't really finish my thought about the Green Mountain Diggers up north. It was just parallel thinking. I think they were around first, so I guess I kind of stole the Green Mountain prefix. But we've never met. We've spoken, we've messaged each other and talked and, comment on each other's stuff on Instagram. But everything in Vermont is Green Mountain. So it's the Green Mountain State, Vermont. So, our electric company is Green Mountain Power. We've got Green Mountain Coffee, Green Mountain Grills, Green Mountain, you drive down any road in Vermont and it's Green Mountain something. So it was a very not unoriginal idea for both of us, but more so for me because they were around first. I drink Green Mountain coffee. Quarter Hoarder, there you go. Quarter Hoarder drinks Green Mountain coffee. That's Green Mountains of Vermont. Green Mountain Boys, that's right. If you don't know who the Green Mountain Boys are, read about it. And so that also brings me to something else where I had talked about in the last live stream kind of changing the name of the channel Green Mountain Metal Detecting to kind of something that encompasses more, the idea of making, if this channel does happen to kind of get bigger and becomes more of my consumption of my time, just metal detecting is kind of a very narrow thing. To try to kind of branch it off and to do more things to make videos about would be great. So I've started kind of making shirts with it just as Green Mountain. And maybe you've noticed in the beginning of videos, it'll say Green Mountain Metal Detecting, or it'll say Green Mountain Adventures. And I can just kind of spin out the next word to be whatever it is I happen to be making a video about. So Green Mountain something. That's what we're going to be sticking with. Everybody keeps commenting on my coffee cup. These are handmade. by a friend I went to college with, and I've had 4 or 5 batches of them so far, and we don't have any right now. If you go to the website, they're out of stock. But she's hard at work making the next batch, so they'll be around sometime. Okay, so it's 8:30 already. It's been a half an hour, so we'll do another giveaway now. Try to get back on schedule. So again, it's going to be another trivia question. What's in it? It's water. It's not coffee. It's too late. I would never sleep. So we're going to do another trivia question. People are already like putting in one-word answers, and there's no way you're going to be able to figure it out. Okay, so the next question, this one has, I can tell you what you should win first. So this one, a lot of people in the most recent video noticed this and commented on it. My spray bottle that I use to kind of spray off silver coins and whatever, Heath Dottie just sent me $2. Thank you. Thank you for the generous donation. Whenever people do that, I'm not really sure what to say. I appreciate it. It's going to go in the battery fund for the metal detectors. My spray bottle it never worked, and they're whatever. I don't even know what they're designed for, like hairspray or something, like essential oils. But anyway, so I was trying to think, like, how can I kind of make my spray bottle a little bit more interesting than just a plain old spray bottle? So I wrapped it in leather. So here it is. This is what I'm using now. It's just a spray bottle. I mean, there's nothing super fancy about it, but it's brown and it's I stitched that by hand, and it's all leather and it's got my logo on it. So this is a spray bottle. It's got a little hooky thing if you want to get a carabiner and hook it onto something. So I'm going to give this away. Again, it's on the website. Coupon code LIVE, LIVE, gmmd.us for 20% off everything on the website tonight and most of tomorrow. And this is the question. This one was from the fall time. So people who've been watching that long may know this one. This one actually has 2 acceptable answers. They're both one word. Well, one of them's 2 words, but basically one word. So last fall, I'm not going to even look at the chat until I'm done answering the question. So stop guessing already. Last fall, Eddie and I went on an adventure in National Forest. So we had no metal detectors, and we found a box. What was the box? I'm going to stare at the chat. Geocache, first person, AJ Coke. Geocache. AJ, send me an email, greenmountainmetaldetecting@gmail.com. I'm going to write down your name. You're getting a spray bottle. I hope you metal detect, because it's pretty useless if you don't. I apologize also if I pronounced your last name incorrectly. That's, I think, Koch brothers. Maybe it's not the same. I'm sorry if it's not. Cool. Thanks for everybody for guessing. There's a lot of people guessed banana for some reason. NC History Diggers, come down to, I assume that's North Carolina sometime, and hunt my 9th generation farm with me. I would love to do that. That's one of those things where I would need to plan like a family thing for that. That's a pretty far away for me. I'd have to get on an airplane, I think. So thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Coach, AJ Coach. Thank you. Perfect. Says he metal detects. A lot of banana comments in there. Poor Eddie. How is the syrup in Vermont? You know how it is. The best. So here's another. I got another super chat. Love watching the videos. Glad to support from Mike Trinidad. $4.99. Thank you again for the super chat. $5. People just keep sending me money. I appreciate that. I'm going to keep saying it over and over in case people just keep popping in. That all goes into a fund that is used to buy supplies for metal detecting and for the channel. I'm not going to spend that on coffee. It's not syrup unless it's from Vermont. I agree with that. I don't know. Canada makes pretty good, they've got maple trees too, but Vermont's what you're looking for, Okay. So I have a couple more things to talk about, and then I'll kind of interact with the chat some more. And in 10 minutes, we'll give something else away. So this is just kind of clearing up some confusion that it seems like a lot of people have. People will be commenting on videos in January. Ashley Nelson sent me $2. Love the vids, Brad. Thanks, Ashley. I've been seeing your name around a lot lately. I appreciate all of the interaction and all the kind words and the $2. Thank you very much. I see people commenting on videos in January, and they're saying, why don't you have any snow? Why is the ground so soft? And it's because the video that you're watching in February was filmed in November. Since it's impossible to go metal detecting in between December and February here. I have to kind of load up on videos in the fall time. So I stopped posting weekly in November. And then from November until middle of January, I'm trying to get out as much as possible to get videos to pull me through until springtime. Hooper 45. Thank you. $10. I appreciate that. Hooper and I go way back, communicating through email about metal detecting and stuff. I appreciate that. And Robert Kelly sent me $2. Thank you, everybody. It's just, you don't have to do that. I appreciate it. Thank you. And Len Allen sends me $5. Battery fund. Thank you. I will be set with batteries for a while now, I think. So lost my train of thought. So I have to load up on videos to kind of pull me through until springtime. And then, so that's why it looks like the ground is never frozen. The videos that you're watching right now, it looks like we're freezing. It's because we are, because those were filmed, in the very early March, April. And you're probably not going to catch up unless something catastrophic happens and I can't film for 2 months, then you're going to be behind a couple months. CJM sends me $3. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've seen your name in the comments of the videos very often, and I, again, appreciate the kind words. So anyway, so the videos, it's not that they necessarily take me a long time to create. Usually I'll go metal detecting, I'll come home, unload the camera. The next day I'll kind of, in the evening, I usually get it all together in a couple days, but it's just, I don't post them for a while because I want one a week. And that was something I also kind of wanted to ask you guys about, what you thought about Def Nuts 1980, $5. For God's sakes, get a better flashlight. What's wrong with my flashlight? I think my flashlight was less than $5, so maybe I will do that. Thank you. Something I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about. For I don't know, 3-4 years now, I've been posting on Fridays, every Friday or every other Friday. And what people thought about me just posting a video, like a lot of the big guy, like the 2 big guys on YouTube that do metal detecting, they just kind of post a video whenever. And sometimes they go weeks without posting, and then sometimes they'll post 2 in a week. I could do that too. I could just, because this week I went twice and I got 2 videos, and you guys could just get 2 videos in a week. But sometimes maybe you won't get a video for 3 weeks. I feel like weekly is better, even if they get behind. But send me an email, send me a message on Instagram, send me a message somehow. Let me know what you think. I feel like a weekly thing, people kind of know what to expect. And again, I'm not making any promises, but I've been doing pretty good this year so far as getting out and making content. And if I can get through this winter without switching to an every other week schedule, I'm going to try my hardest to do that. It's just going to depend on if I think I can make it through the winter or not. A lot of people are saying to the schedule. Some people, it's funny. I addressed this right away because everybody keeps asking, but I'm still seeing comments in the chat. Where's Eddie? Eddie's great. Eddie's fine. Eddie's home. He's sick tonight. But he's in a video coming up soon, and he's going to be in. I know it doesn't seem like it, but he only made it in 5 trips last year. All of 2018, he was only in 5 videos. We're going to try to get him out more this year. Our schedules are crazy, and we're both people with lives that that are not 100% metal detecting, but we're going to do our best to get together. I apologize if you hear the dinging. That maybe I could turn that down. That's people are getting stuff off the website. Emails going nuts. Okay, a couple more things, and then we'll kind of chat with you about your comments. What else did I want to say? Yeah, so I get a lot of questions about, like gear questions. I kind of addressed this a little bit earlier, but what is the best metal detector at this price? I get these private emails sent to my email, the Green Mountain Metal Detecting at gmail.com. If not every day, multiple a week, asking what is the best metal detector for me to buy at this price point. And I don't know. Somebody just sent me $50. I missed it. Ken Wheeler Jr. Holy smokes. Thank you very much. $50. You didn't have to. I appreciate it, but that's it's almost too much. Thank you very much, Ken. I missed that. It must have happened a while ago while I was chatting. Ken Wheeler Jr. Thank you. $50. Crazy. So people are always asking me, what do I do? How do I do what you're doing? Tell me what to do. And I am like the worst person to ask about what gear to use. 4 years ago, the beginning of 2015, I bought the AT Pro because it was that's what everybody was using then. That was the flavor of the month then. And Eddie and I both went out and bought one. And before that, I had a Radio Shack, metal detector, and it was not great, as you can probably imagine, since Radio Shack doesn't even exist anymore. And it's just I've never bought a different one. It's still running. It's still working. Garrett's pretty good about if something breaks, they'll replace it, if not for free, for a pretty reasonable price. And I'm by no means a Garrett guy. I don't wear the Garrett hat or the Garrett gear. I use the Garrett machine, but if maybe someday I'll switch to something else. It's just why would I spend $900 on another metal detector if the one I'm using already works just fine? So people ask, how is the Ace whatever number? I don't know. Pretty good, I guess. I can't answer your question. I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. I'm not the best guy to answer those questions. When it comes to pinpointers and stuff, I've always used the Carrot. For a while, White sent me the MX Sport, and I was using the MX Sport with the Carrot, and there was crazy interference, and so I had to get a different one for a while and use that. And anyway, I went back to the AT Pro and I used the Carrot, and I have no interest of switching quite yet. So I apologize. So this is where the part of the video where I'm going to send everybody from now on who send me that email. What I always suggest to people is go to your local hobby shop if you have one. I bought my metal detector, believe it or not, at a brick and mortar shop. There's a old guy in there, and he had metal detectors, and I bought one from him, and it probably made his day because I don't know the last time he sold one. But I always tell people, go to your local hobby shop and buy your metal detector there. Ask him what's the best one to use around here. Like the soil. I understand soil conditions and stuff are different in other places. The AT Pro is pretty much useless in salt water. If you're trying to do beach detecting, I am not the guy to ask because I'm in the mountains of Vermont. I'm nowhere near the ocean. So anyway, I always tell people, go local, ask your hobby shop, go to a local club if there is one, ask them, see what those guys are using. And, I'm sorry I can't answer that question. It's 8:45. We're going to give away the last. No, we'll give away one thing at the end. We're going to do 2 more giveaways. So I have new shirt designs. If people don't, I post a lot on Instagram. I don't know if everybody has Instagram, but I post on there a lot, and so people there may have seen this already. But I have shirt designs, so people may be familiar with this one. It's very kind of unassuming. It doesn't say YouTube on it. It doesn't say Green Mountain Metal Detecting on it. It's the logo. It says Find Adventure, which I feel like is what it's all about anyways. If I was all about finding coins, I'd go down to the park and spend my day there. But I enjoy the possibility of mortal danger. So going out and finding adventure is kind of my mentality with this whole crazy thing that we do. So there's that one. I also got this one made. So that one's gray and white. This one is green and yellow. It is a image from the 1700s Vermont copper, the Vermontentium copper. It says Green Mountain. Not metal detecting, not YouTube. You don't have to feel like you're kind of being an advertisement for my YouTube channel when you're wearing this. And so we have that one now. All of these we have in sizes small to 4X, I believe. And lastly, I did like a vote on the Instagram. I had 4 designs. People voted which 2 they liked the most. I wouldn't have picked this one. This was my mom's and Becca's favorite. But that's me on a t-shirt. Who would have thought? But it's Green Mountain. There's the metal detector, my face, and I get picked on about this from my buddies more than anything else. Do I wear this one? I don't wear this one. But it exists and it's for sale. And at least my mom has one. So anyway, we're going to give one of those away. So you get to choose. We're going to give away a shirt. You get to choose your size. You get to choose your design. And the questions are getting, again, a trivia question. It's going to be one word. The questions are getting harder and harder as we go. Maybe this one isn't hard. This was only addressed in a previous live stream, and the previous live streams were all like an hour and a half. So if you sat through that and caught this little detail, then you can win a shirt. Gregory Barr says, "A face a mother could love." I think that's an insult, but I'll take it as a compliment. So I'm going to ask the question, and again, all you have to do is type the one word, and I'm going to just try to spot the first person who says it. Both of the last ones, it was the first person who answered, who got it. So you got to be quick. People are already answering. All right, here's the question. So I am I'm known as, for Green Mountain Metal Detecting, I'm known as the Vermont metal detecting guy on YouTube. And I was born in Vermont, and I'm currently in Vermont, but I lived in a home that was built in 1850 that is what started my metal detecting hobby, my obsession. And so that home, it's actually where Becca's from, was in a different state. If you can name that state, I will send you something. Mass. Amanda Bickford says Mass. You win, Amanda Bickford. You win a t-shirt. Amanda Bickford, send me an email, greenmountainmetaldetecting@gmail.com. I tricked a lot of you. Let me write her name down real quick. Pickford. Yeah, so I said where she's from. She was, a lot of people are very studious. From a previous video, I found a Maine militia button. And I said, oh, my wife is from Maine. She's going to think that's pretty cool. She was born in Maine, but she spent almost her entire life. She was like a baby when she came, and she lived in Massachusetts. And that's where I met her. We met in college in Massachusetts. And while we were there doing the college thing in Massachusetts, we bought a home together. And it was a very old fixer-upper. But, you know, I took that Radio Shack metal detector out in that backyard, and all it took was one mercury dime for me to be like, holy smokes, this is awesome. And then just actually, it was right at the end of our 5 years there, because I remember there being a conversation with the realtor about all of the holes in the yard. Like, man, I don't know, it must be a gopher or something. So anyway, Massachusetts. I was a mass hole for 5 whole years, and then, although I will say it took me a long time to change out of my green plates, 2 or 3 years at least, for me to switch over to the white license plates. I got another super chat. Underfoot Adventures, congrats on a lively live stream. Thank you. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate that. More batteries. Man, I'm gonna have a pile of batteries. Jersey History Hunters, thank you for coming. Gotta go. Good night, all. You have already won, if I'm not wrong, a couple of our live stream trivia questions. So I'm glad you didn't win another one. Just kidding. All right, we'll do one more giveaway in about 8 minutes, and we'll try to wrap this up. So I didn't really have anything else I wanted to talk about specifically. I just wanted to let everybody know that Eddie is alive and well, and he will be in videos coming up. And I have big ideas, at least, for videos this year, more cinematic, if possible. And so I'm just going to kind of try not to bore the people that are watching at a later time, and just kind of keep my eye on this chat and address some stuff. So yeah, we're going back to weekly videos every Friday. Do you live in Vermont now? I do. Yeah, I wanted to get out from Massachusetts and come back as quickly as I can. We're very close to Massachusetts, though. Onwards and uppers, Mako Metal. I said that once, and then you keep commenting it, and then I'm like filming, and I find myself saying it more and more. I think it's going on a t-shirt soon. Onward and upwards. I always say it backwards, though. I always say upwards and on. I don't know which way it's supposed to be. It's definitely a certain way, but I always say it wrong. Meddling Marty says studio question mark. Yeah, we're in my recording studio right now. Gregory Barr gave me $2.79 Canadian. I think that CA means Canadian. It says not much. Thank you. I don't know how much that is in US. About the same, I think. Thank you. Eddie is pretty cinematic, well dramatic. He definitely has his moments. His videos, the videos that he's in, are always more fun to make. A lot of people asking what camera I use. It's an Is it here? No, it's an Olympus TG4, and I've been really wanting to upgrade, but I'm really worried about breaking something really nice, because I carry it around. I guess that's something you guys never really see. It's on a tripod, and it has a leather strap that I made, and I carry it on my back like a sword, you know. And I'm carrying it around, and it is just like slamming into things as I hike. and I'm worried that if I get like a nice DSLR, I won't be able to do that, and I'm afraid I'll break it. So, so it's an Olympus TG4, and it's completely submersible underwater, but like the little trap doors that hide the USB ports and stuff, those have all broken off, so it's really not waterproof anymore. A lot of people are asking like recording studio questions. I'd love to keep this more about metal detecting, but I'm happy to, if there's two things that I love talking about, it's metal detecting and recording studio stuff. But so anyway, I'll repeat it one more time. We are in this doesn't look like a recording studio because all of the recording equipment is over here. My speakers and everything are behind the computer, behind the laptop. And this is a workbench that I spend like all of my time at, making my microphones. But there's a window right here that goes into the live room, where the band is. There's no band right now. You know what I mean? There's a drum set and amps and guitars and stuff in there. And the music for the videos are made down here by me. Actually, I didn't mention this. You're not going to remember, but in the video that Eddie and I went to try to find the home of the deserter, the hermit, the beginning intro music, Eddie and I collaborated on that. He wrote part of it, and I wrote part of it, and it's the two of us wrote that one. People are asking me to play a song. I'm not going to play guitar for you. I have the day off. I also teach guitar for 1 day a week. I have a few students. That was actually my job for a long time, just solely teaching guitar. And that's how I met Eddie. Eddie was one of my students, believe it or not. I was in college and he was in high school. And that's how we met, like a long time ago now. Don Salt sends over $2. Be careful how you say you were a mass hole. It's a common thing. Maybe people other parts of the country and world don't know that. It's Massachusetts. They're not well known for being courteous drivers, we'll say. Michelle says, "You look like you've lost weight. Are you feeling okay?" Thank you for the concern. I feel great. Nate sends over $5. My 8-year-old son and I started metal detecting because of your videos. That's awesome. That's it's such a fun thing that multiple people can do outside. Like, I don't want to sound like an old man, but like being a guitar teacher of younger folks, mostly, the amount of time that they are inside playing, obviously guitar is kind of an indoor thing too, but like playing games and like looking at their phone is a bummer. People need to go outside more, and metal detecting is a great way to do that. What's on your bucket list now? Joe A asks. I don't know if I have anything. The gold coin was the thing, and I found one. I don't know. I've been thinking about it ever since it was Halloween that I found that. And I've been like, man, what's next? I don't know. I wish I had a good answer. I don't know if I have anything on my bucket list anymore. I would love to find a Vermont copper that you could actually like look at and see and read. Like the one I found is very not good, but I would love to find a Vermont copper that is like nice. People are asking about collaborations with other YouTubers. I'd love to. It's just one of those things where it's really hard to like reach out and like invite yourself somewhere. And I'm not sure, like currently I have any properties where a lot of the landowners that I have permissions with don't like want like a crowd on their land. So I don't really have anywhere I can like invite anybody right now, but maybe later this summer I'll have to reach out to some people if I can find a place like that. When you make your videos, do you walk back for your camera? Leonard Robinson asks. I sure do. Yeah, I set that thing up, walk past it, and I go back and get it. A lot of people have asked in comments like who's your cameraman? Show your there's no cameraman. It's just me. I have it on I have a tripod and I hold it like a selfie stick. It's not a selfie stick. It's um, better than a selfie. It's just a tripod. Just like Survivor Man. Thank you, Charlie. Oh, yes. Just like Les Stroud. Nobody picked on him when he did it. All right, it's 9 o'clock. We're going to start wrapping this up. We're going to give one more thing away. I see multiple times people asked about a drone. I would love to have a drone, just like I would love to have a nicer camera. But I'm going to go off on a real quick tangent. Like 3 years ago, a lot of the videos are gone. I just took them down because, I cringed when I went back to watch them. They began at the place. They began at the cellar. They began where I was going to be doing the metal detecting. And oftentimes I hiked like an hour and a half to be there. And I was like, what? How can I like convey like how hard it was to get here today? So then I kind of like started incorporating the travel. So now a lot of times, again, people find some fun. They complain about everything, but people complain, you don't actually start metal detecting until like 5 minutes into the video. Well, it's like, because it takes me like like this last week, I went Tuesday. It literally took me 2.5 hours to get like from my driveway to the place. And I feel like I should include some of that journey in the video instead of just, here's what I found, here's what I found, here's what I found, end of video. So anyway, I've been trying to include more of the journey. And I'm nervous if I bring in like a drone, like on one of these long hikes, like I have to carry that in with me. And then I'm just like nervous about breaking something that costs like $1,000. So I haven't really dropped any money on the really nice cameras or the drones because I don't want to like carry it all. Obviously drones are light, but I'm just worried about breaking stuff. So I would love to get like drone shots though. I think about that like when editing. I'm like, man, I would love to get like a shot from above the trees or something. But maybe this year, we'll see. I've certainly got a little slush fund now with all of your very generous donations through the super chat. Maybe I'll drop some money on a drone and then make Eddie carry it. Please donate. Don't Oklahoma Relic Hunter says, let's donate money to help him get the drone. It's not that I can't afford a drone. It's that I'm afraid to buy one and break it and lose money. So yeah, please don't do that. Okay, we're gonna give one more thing away, and I think we're gonna say goodnight. Hooper says trees eat drones. Yeah, that's one of the things, like the mysterious megastruct, like our second most viewed video on the channel doesn't have any metal detecting in it. Probably because of the clickbait title, mysterious megastructure. People kept on saying you should have brought a drone to film it from above. It's trees. There's trees everywhere. You can't see down through the trees. And yeah, that's another thing. I'm worried about flying a drone up through the canopy. I don't think you'd be able to unless it was fall time and you'd find a hole. You get some good footage of some crash landings. Okay, so we're gonna give something else away. These I've given away every live stream. As some of you may know, I do leather working as like a winter hobby thing, leather craft, and I make these holsters for pinpointers and diggers. So I've got, they come in, I have like 6 different dyes down there, different colors. I dye them myself. So this is a black with white stitching, and you get to, if you go to the website, www.gmmd.us, there's actually a coupon code for everybody watching now and for the next 24 hours, 20% off if at checkout you put in live, Live. What was I saying? So if you go there, you can choose leather color, stitching, all that, right-handed, left-handed, all that stuff. Pinpointer brand. So this is a pinpointer holster. It goes right on your belt, and then it holds, this one holds the Garrett. I have molds for, because it's molded perfectly. I don't know if you can see, it's wet molded to fit the brand pinpointer that you have. I've got about 6 different, I've got the whites, I've got the Mind Lab, I've got all the pinpointers, the popular pinpointers that people use to wet mold it perfectly for your holster. So the person who answers this last trivia question can choose between this what's called a pancake or saddle style pinpointer holster, and I have 2 digger holsters designs. This one, this is, I have multiple diggers to fit your exact size. This fits in here. This goes on your belt. I don't know if you can see, it hangs pretty low below your pocket. There's I've had some concern that you'll trip and cut your leg open, but you gotta take the risk. No, it's never happened yet. And I also have this version, which also goes on your belt like that. It just sits a little bit higher, a little bit a different design. And they have on the back, there's a little logo there. It's not like in the front. Again, I try as hard as I can to not, the stuff that people buy, to not like have it be an advertisement for the YouTube channel. It's just very subtly on the back. So the person who is able to answer this trivia question is going to get to pick not only what, digger or pinpointer, but also the color and all that stuff. So this one is going to be the hardest one. Everybody's gotten it like the first try. The last, so maybe it's not that going to be that hard anyways. Scott Dunbar says pointy things are illegal in some states. Not Vermont. It's not a whole lot that's illegal in Vermont. Okay. So this one is unfortunately only going to be possible to be answered by people who follow me on Instagram, because this has never been on the YouTube channel. Richard asks, do I ever have to fill that cup? No, they are self-filling. I filled it twice already. I have one of these over here. Sorry, so everybody's already bummed out because it's only Instagram. Maybe you can guess and figure it out. Everybody's saying they don't have Instagram. I'm sorry. Maybe you can just download it real quick and go check. Okay. Are we ready? So in the video where people are freaking out because it's Instagram only. In the video where Mike and I went to the ice marble quarry, the gravestone quarry, we found something in the quarry that I used to thoroughly embarrass myself, and it's in the 2019 blooper reel, and a minute of that got put on Instagram already. So if you can tell me what the thing is that I used to embarrass myself, you will win a holster. People are naming things they saw in the video, but you're not gonna. It wasn't in the video. It was on the blooper reel on Instagram. Block and tackle. Skate. Mako Metal says skate. Onward and upward. Mako Metal. Skate. Yeah, we found a pair of ice skates in there. Somebody had abandoned because you could probably tell the entire floor was ice. And in the summertime, I've been told that it's like a pit. It's like super deep water, but the top freezes in the wintertime, and somebody abandoned their ice skates in there, and they were broken. People are still guessing. It was ice skates. Make a Middle got it. And they were broken ice skates, and I strapped those things on my feet, and my ankles were like this because they were so broken. And I fell multiple times trying to ice skate on those things. And they did not get put in the normal video on YouTube, but it did get put on Instagram. So if you want to see that, you can go check it out. Or you can wait until November when our blooper reel will get put out. It'll be on YouTube later. It'll be in the bloopers. Yes, the bloop. So every fall time, this embarrassing stuff, the jokes. Walt Dunn says, so it wasn't a flashlight. Well, he also threw a flashlight at me, and I went for it, and I fell on my face for that one too. So that's also in the blooper reel. That's not necessarily embarrassing though. Me trying to ice skate, something I haven't done in 15 years on broken ice skates, I consider that more embarrassing. Ben Ball asks, how good is the live discount good? It'll be good for 24 hours. So 8 p.m. tomorrow, it'll disappear. Yeah. So the blooper reel, it takes me all year to kind of get a few minutes of outtakes, but this year I think I already have a few minutes. Just people falling and random things that are embarrassing. All right, so it's quarter after. Well, it's almost quarter after. I want to thank everybody again for swinging by and hanging out with me and chatting. And I am very excited. I'm very excited about next week's video. I hope everybody enjoys it. It's one of these videos where the landowner gave me like a lot of really cool history on the land and what they think it was. And we went up and we found evidence of it, and it makes for a good story. So if you like next week's video, I think that you'll like the rest of the year, because that's going to be kind of the plan, the template for the rest of the videos the rest of the year. So I'm excited to share all that stuff with everybody. And I appreciate everybody sitting here for an hour and a half. And if you're watching this at a later time, again, sitting here for an hour and 15 minutes watching my face. So thanks again, everybody who participated in the giveaways. Make sure you email me at greenmountainmetaldetecting@gmail.com. It's a very long email address. I apologize. Green, 2 E's. And the people who won, so email me, and also at gmmd.us, there's a coupon code LIVE to get 20% off everything. And I only have a very limited number of the multiple X's t-shirts. So that's the size you wear. You might want to go early, because once they're gone, it takes me like 3 weeks to get a reorder of shirts. So thanks everybody. And again, thanks to everybody who sent super chats. I wasn't expecting it, and it's beyond generous, and I truly appreciate it. It's going to go towards hopefully making better videos this year. So thanks everybody, and we'll see you next week.